Check, 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 check. All right, Hawks fans, welcome back to the Edge. State Championship semifinal number 2. Littleton Hawks wearing black, going up against the Arapahoe Warriors wearing white. Looking over my shoulder, NoCo and Vale, the other semifinals, they are the second intermission, NoCo leading 3-2. So the winner of this game plays the winner of that game in the championship later this afternoon. Arapahoe's had our number this season, but we come with a little bit of intensity. We can beat anyone in this tournament. Sachin in goal today, going up against his old organization that he used to play for. Trace, Colin, and Kai will start off on the offense. That was Ilya with it, starting on defense along with Kellen. Underway here, Arapahoe will dump it in and chase after it. That's Ilya going back for it. Slams into the boards hard, but Colin's able to get it out the center, gets it to Kai. Kai will get it to the blue line and fire it on goal off the glove of the Arapahoe goalie. That'll be the first shot attempt of the game. Kellen keeps it at the blue line and flips that one hard into the boards. Comes all the way out to neutral. There's Ilya with it. His dad standing up center ice, barking out some orders, and here we go back down into our offensive zone. That is Christian, his first time on the ice so far. Tyler on the forecheck gets by him, though, and here comes Arapahoe. Chips that to this near side. Good shoulder there by Larry to take him out of the play, but kept at the blue line by Arapahoe. Skates through the slot, and that one slid right past the far post. Arapahoe's still with it. Comes around the far side. Larry's there to block him, though. Comes through the circle, gets pushed off the puck, but still able to slide it towards the net. Kick save by Sachin, and then the rebound attempt slid wide of the net. Cole chasing after it, now helped out by Carson. Comes up the boards. Tyler there to get a stick on it, can't get it out. Comes back towards the top of the circle on the far side, into the corner, centering pass, deflected. Sachin had to make a save off of that pass and deflection, and the rebound attempt. He was there too. Arapahoe regroups, skates it back into the zone. Getting around Larry, stops in the corner. Carson throws a stick at it. Another stick, but Arapahoe player still has it. Throws it through the slot. Arapahoe gets it on the far side. Brings it back out to the point, down to the near corner. Skates through the circle. Sends it to the far circle. Skates behind the net. Arapahoe maintaining some possession here in their offensive zone. Hawks look a little lethargic here to get started. Skates in towards this, came right into the crease and fired a shot, but Larry got his stick in the way, and it goes up into the netting. 11:35 left in the first period. Way too much possession time in our zone here in the first 2.5 minutes. Face-off won by Arapahoe. Push towards the net, but Nolan's there, and he'll clear it finally out of the zone. Little possession. Zach receives a hard hit into the boards, but pops right back up. Arapahoe with it behind the net. Stolen by Bryden. He's having a great tournament. Now Kellen comes in to help. Bryden with it behind the net. Flips that one back towards Kellen behind the net. Zach moves in to help out, but comes up the boards. Not out yet. Now it is out. Just gets to Elia. He'll skate that and send it to Kellen, on to Bryden. Player just off the bench, came off his skate. Bryden has to push that one deep and chase after it. Good job by Kellen. Makes a move. Gets it on his backhand, but couldn't get the shot off. Bryden with it. Tries to center that one, but deflects off a skate. Comes all the way back for Nolan. Finds Kai right at the blue line, but it was just behind him and goes into the zone. No icing. 10.5 minutes left in the first period. Still scoreless. Trace holds him at the blue line. Makes a move. That one deflected towards Kai, but a little too far underneath him. Now Colin fires a shot. Rebound cleared out of the way. Nolan a shot. Deflection comes to Colin, but it was behind him and he couldn't get a shot off. Now Arapahoe breaks back out. Good energy from this line to create some opportunities on the offensive end. Nolan with it. Flips that one off the boards. Here's Kai with it. Spins around. Sends it to this near side to Colin. Colin and Trace break into the zone. Gets around a defender, but the defender gets in his way, and they're able to get it away from Colin. Behind the net. Pushed up the boards. Good forecheck there by, that's Tyler. And now on to Larry and back up to Colin. He'll deflect that one into the zone and go for a change. Tyler on the forecheck. Takes the puck away, but got it caught up in his skates and couldn't control it. Comes around to Larry. He pushes it deep again. Off of Carson's stick behind the net. Carson applying pressure behind the net. Deflected away, and good job by Christian to move in to take the puck back. Centering pass through the crease. Deflected to the far boards. Good job by Rhett to send it to this near side. Larry pushes that up the boards, but not beyond the Arapahoe player. And here they skate into the zone. Fires it on net. Sachin gloves it. Saves it, freezes it. 9:08 left in the first period. Good pressure on that shift by the Hawks. Better second shift for that line than the first shift. I've got 36% on this iPad filming this game, so hopefully we've got enough juice to get us through. Arapahoe wins the faceoff. Tries to go point to point, but goes out to neutral. Arapahoe has to back up. That's Zach on the forecheck. Good pressure by the Hawks. They were just barely offsides. 8:56 left in the first period. 0-0. Ref sorting something out. Drops the puck. Hawks almost control it. Pushed back out to neutral. Nolan will bring it to this near side to Ilya. He'll bring it right back to Nolan. He'll spin around. Try to get it to Kellen. Intercepted. Gets caught up underneath Nolan's skates. but is able to get it back out to neutral. Kellen with it. Taken away. Good poke there by Kellen, though, but he got his stick lifted, and Arapahoe brings it back. They'll skate this into the zone. Good pressure there by Ilya. Now shoves his player into the boards and is able to hold him up long enough for Bryden to take it away and send it out to neutral. Kai hustling after this, but they go D to D, take it back. Hawks making a line change. Colin, fresh off the bench, tries to get it to Trace, but got caught up behind him. Rapper with it in the circle. Shot, save, rebound, another save, and they'll freeze it. Good job by Sachin. 2 clutch saves there. Perfect positioning. Freezes the puck with 8:01 left. Trace on the faceoff wins it. That is Cole sending it around to this near side. Colin along the boards, but can't get it by the defender. There's Larry, I believe, with it. Gets it up the boards, and it comes out to neutral. Gets it to the far side. They dump it into the far corner. Cole chases after it, reverses it, tries to. Trace has to come in to help. Takes the puck back. Good pass to this near center ice, just off of Colin's stick. But the defender lost an edge. Colin will hustle after this. The other defender for Arapahoe comes in to help, though, and they'll take it back. Kai on the forecheck there, keeps it in the zone. Carson, fresh off the bench, coming in to help as well, but Arapahoe will control it. D to D. Up the far boards, deflects off a stick. Kai will take it back, and he'll dump it in. Does not get it deep, but Arapahoe does take it deep. Christian and Carson on the forecheck, and that goes up into the netting and over the boards and out of play. They'll need a puck off the bench. 6:58 left in the first period. Still scoreless here at the edge in semifinal number 2. And it's still 3-3 in the third period with the other game next door. Vale versus Noco. Good job by Ilya to keep that at the blue line. Sends it on net, and the Arapahoe goalie needed to make a kick save. Comes back to the blue line, but that one does come out to neutral. Ilya back to retrieve it. Up the boards to Christian. He deflects it into the zone. Carson chasing after it. Gets the breaks, gets it up the boards. Ilya at the blue line, keeps it deep. Sends it back around to the other side. Tyler hustling after it. Takes his player out, takes the puck away, and gets it to Carson. Centering pass, no one there except the Arapahoe players, and they'll clear it out to neutral. Nolan off the boards, but Arapahoe there to take it back, and they'll flip it in deep on goal. And Sachin, bouncing puck, had to control that rebound and just throws a glove over it to freeze it with 6:11 left in the first period. This is Bryden on the face-off, controlled by Arapahoe. Good interception there by Bryden, but couldn't get it out. That one played out of play. We'll need another puck. Ref has one in his pocket. Coach Mike says that should have come out of the zone, but the ref is saying no. Nonetheless, back underway, and the Hawks try and break out. They do briefly, but taken away by Arapahoe, skating with some speed in the near circle. Good pressure there by Zach on the defense, but the centering pass and deflection was right on net, and Sachin had to make a big save. Arapahoe still with it, right through the crease that puck goes. They still maintain possession right into the slot. He was open, tried to get a shot off, but Ilya had his stick in the way and deflected that one out of harm's way. Good job by Ilya to be where he needed to be. But we send it all the way down for icing. We'll have a defensive zone draw. Trace will be on the dot to take this circle, or to take this face off. Won by Arapahoe. Sends it deep. Rhett chasing after it. Arapahoe with it along the far circle, but throws it right to Kai. He flips it off the boards out to neutral. Trace hustling after it. Can't get to it, but here's a misfire by Arapahoe. But they're going to be able to get it out to neutral. Gets by the Arapahoe player, and Larry has it. Centering pass off of Kai's stick, sent back in the zone. They're going to say just barely on sides. Larry gets it up the boards, deflected along by Colin, but centering pass intercepted again, dumped into the zone. Larry kicks it to himself off the boards, plays it up the boards and out to neutral. D to D. Now centering pass breaks into the slot. He's got it, pulls it back, fires a wrister, go over the net. Trace tried to take that away, couldn't do it, but now the poke by Larry gets that one out to neutral, but that's going to be too hard and will go down for icing. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left. Still scoreless here at the edge. Here's Carson to take this face off. Face off goes towards the slot. Arapahoe gets a couple sticks on it, but Nolan's there too. Arapahoe controls it. Far circle. Ilya pushes it into the far corner. Nolan with it. Reverses it back around for Tyler. He reverses it, looking for some help. Centering pass. Finds Christian. He gets it out to neutral. Tried to dump it back in, but Christian was in the way, and we push it into our offensive zone. Arapahoe tilting the ice a little bit right here with some. They haven't gotten any good solid attempts necessarily, but good puck possession. Nolan with it, slides it up the boards. Tyler couldn't connect with that one, and Arapahoe races back into the zone. Nolan throws a stick at the Arapahoe player, takes his player out, pushes it up the boards, but not out, kept at the blue line. Arapahoe still with it. Tyler gets his stick in the way. Nolan's able to take the puck away. Over to this near corner. To Ilya, to Christian, out to neutral, but back to Arapahoe. D to D, but misfired on that one and got by him, and Carson on the forecheck couldn't quite get there. Sent back out to neutral, got by Nolan, who'll have to go back for it. Reverses it, pushes it up the boards, but Arapahoe player streaking in takes the puck away. We're down to just over 3 minutes left in the first period. That was Zach briefly with the puck, but Arapahoe takes it back again, and now Zach tried to flip that one in deep, but sent it into the chest of the Arapahoe player. Now we're down to 3 minutes left in the first period. Tries to send it out to neutral, can't do it. Good job by Bryden to keep that one deep. And Arapahoe with possession, comes up the near boards, gets by a couple players, but Larry's going to have to hustle back for this. No icing on the play. Gets around a guy, getting harassed, gets it out to neutral. This should not be icing, but they are going to call icing. The Arapahoe player had a chance to play that along the boards and just missed it, but they're going to give him icing anyway with 2:40 left. Still 3-3, NoCo versus Vail. 2:33 left in that third period. That'll go to overtime if they're still tied here in a few minutes. Bryden wins that faceoff. Larry with the puck around to the far side, flips it up the boards, not out. Good job by Bryden to get in the way, and then out to neutral by Zach. Arapahoe skates it into this near circle, though. He's got some space. Good job by Larry to get his stick in the way. Didn't get all of that. Sachin did have to make the save, but he didn't have much mustard on that, and it's sent all the way down. They waved off icing. Now they're blowing the whistle. They actually have to blow the whistle. Everyone knew it was icing, but the refs didn't bother blowing the whistle, so no one knew for sure. .2:11 left in the first period here. Hawks versus Arapahoe in semifinal number 2. We're going to have a bunch of players from the other rink coming over here pretty soon to watch this game to see who they're going to be playing. Up the boards, but not out. Larry takes it away. Tries the reverse course. Taken away by Arapahoe. He's got a little space through the slot. Shot deflected off of Larry's stick and into the netting, and we lose another puck. We had 7 players on the ice. Carson wins the faceoff, gets it to Rhett, back to Carson, centering pass to Christian, flips it back towards Carson, but couldn't get it to him. And now Arapahoe player goes down. Maybe should have been a penalty, no call. Flipped all the way through neutral. Tyler chasing after it, gets the puck in the corner. Reverses it to Carson, or no, that was Christian, but had it taken away. Rhett at the blue line, flips that one towards the net, but didn't get that one through. And here's a 2-on-1 back the other way. Good job by Larry to shove his guy into the corner and take that threat away. And he's tripped up in the corner. Carson comes to help, then Christian. Larry back on his feet, fighting for the puck, but Arapahoe has it behind the net. Circling around, hands it off on the far circle, looking for a centering pass. Or the wraparound, still with the puck. Tries to center it off of Larry's skates. Not out. Still has it in the slot. Christian is able to get that one to Tyler. Gets it out to neutral. He's getting held up, but he's able to throw that one into the zone before he gets taken out. We're under a minute left in the first period. Still scoreless. Arapahoe fighting for it in the corner along with Christian. Christian takes it away. Still on his stick. Backhand save. Tried a clearing attempt. Nolan standing tall sends that one back towards the net, but blocked. Christian hands it off to Cole. His shot. Glove save, and he jumps on the rebound. 31.1 seconds left in the first period. Good pressure there by the Hawks. And behind us, they're going to overtime next door. Noco and Vale going to overtime in the other semifinals. Arapahoe sends this one up the boards, loses an edge, pushes it into the zone. Ilya gets to it, pushes it back up the near boards. We're down to 17 seconds. Comes out to neutral. Bryden will flip that one to the far boards. Arapahoe will get there. We're down to 10 seconds left in the first period. Good interception by Ilya, down to 5 seconds. Fires a shot. No! Ilya from the near circle gives the Hawks an early lead in the first period with 3.2 seconds left. Riding on the faceoff, back underway. Arapahoe with it, gets to the red line, dumps it in, and that'll do it for the first period. A goal by Ilya gives the Hawks the lead after 1. But we can't forget, we took a 1-0 lead yesterday. So we got to stay strong this second period. Overtime next door. Period 4. Do you know what the overtime rules are? All right. Does it ever go to a shootout, or is it just overtime? All right, cleared back out to neutral. We're back underway. Arapahoe brings it around to this near side, skates it into the zone, sends the puck around Nolan, gets it into the corner. Trace is there to dig it out, though. Good back check there. Sent up the boards, but not out. Arapahoe is able to keep it deep in the near corner. Centering pass right into the slot, but Ilya was right there. And then the shot on the rebound, Sachin was standing tall on that near post, was able to knock it down and cover up the rebound. Freezes it. 34 seconds into this second period. All right, face off in our defensive zone. Trace wins it, but Arapahoe is able to get it at the blue line. Centering pass or shot towards the goal, deflected softly towards Sachin and poked away. Now the Hawks break out, flips it up the boards. There's Tyler with it along the far boards, fires a wrister, blocker save. Carson goes hard into the boards with his hip. Or not into the boards, he was into that far post. Got taken out. He and the Arapahoe player just kind of took each other out, but Carson taking the worst of that as he took out the goal. But he's skating off a little gingerly on that right leg. We need him. Hopefully he can shake that off. It's not too bad. He's gonna rub a little slush from in front of the net, in front of their bench on that hip. All right, that's Bryden on the face-off. Controlled by the Hawks, but now taken away by Zach. Helped out by Kellen, but loses control of it. Arapahoe tries to flip it up the boards and out, but kept at the blue line by Cole. They'll get that one back deep. Zach chasing after it, gets to it. Taken into the boards by the Arapahoe player. Kellen on the far post, couldn't get it by. Arapahoe gets to it and flips that one out to neutral. Gets by Larry, the wave off icing. Cole hustles back for it and throws it back up the boards. Kellen takes his player out at the center ice line, and then a good poke by Bryden, but Arapahoe gets to center ice and dumps it in. We're down to 12 minutes left, and the Hawks, I didn't even realize this, we're on the power play. Not even sure what that penalty came from. What was the penalty? I didn't even know we were on the power play. So a roughing penalty gives the Hawks the power play. So we've got a minute left in our power play here. Down to 12 minutes left in the second period. Good deflection there by Bryden on to Zach, but I don't think he got the center ice before he dumped that in. But the goalie played it, taken away. Centering pass, couldn't get it through. Kellen hustling in to try and keep it in the zone. Now Cole with it, flips it back behind the net. Hawks on the power play, down to 40 seconds. Here's Bryden with it, centering pass, no one there. Taken out of the crease by Arapahoe, and they'll send it all the way down. That will be icing. 32 seconds left in the power play for the Hawks. Noko and Vale, 3:12 left in overtime in the other semifinal. Trace to take this face off. Colin flips that one into the boards. Goes after it behind the net. Centering pass to Trace. He got a shot off, but couldn't get it by the Arapahoe goalie. Nolan from the point fires that one. Tried to deflect it off of Kai's shoulder, and then the rebound attempt by Colin goes through. Trace with it, takes it back, tries a centering pass, fights for it, still has control of it. In the corner, taking his time, assessing the situation. Gets it to Colin. He tried a little wrister, couldn't get it by the goalie. Knocks it down, still with it. Power play's over. We're back to even strength. There's Nolan with it. Fires a shot, glove save, and frozen. We're back to even strength, but good puck possession in our offensive zone during that power play. Carson is coming off the bench. Looks like he's all right. .11:02 left. Second period, 1-0 Hawks. Carson on the dot. Face-off controlled by Arapahoe. Carson looking like he's skating all right. Comes back out to neutral. Rhett throws a stick at it. Arapahoe gets it into the zone. Centering pass goes off of the Arapahoe player. Poked into the far boards. There's Larry fighting for it, but Arapahoe is still able to keep it deep. Fires a shot off the stick of Larry. Tyler tries to poke that up the boards, can't do it. Arapahoe in the circle. Comes into the slot, hits the brakes, tries to fire a wrister and misfired. Arapahoe still with it, skating fast, shot, blocker saved by Sachin. Huge save as that kid came in with a little bit of speed in that far circle and fired a hard wrister, but Sachin able to make the blocker save. Gets to center ice, dumps it in. Larry up the boards to Tyler. Tries a 1-2, but just out of reach of Carson. Sent back towards Tyler at the blue line. Tries to push it back up the boards, but deflects back deep. Larry will have to go back for it. Up the boards to Tyler. He's got it with some room to skate. Gets it to the center ice line, and he'll just get that one deep as there were 4 Arapahoe defenders back there. Wholesale line change for the Hawks. They send it all the way around. Ilya pinching at the blue line is able to keep that one in, and now helped out by Bryden. Now Kellen with it. Looking for a centering pass, but the Arapahoe player was down on a knee and was able to take that away. Great poke by Ilya, but went right back to the Arapahoe player, but now sent all the way down for icing with 9:23 left in the second period. They're under a minute in overtime in NOCO versus Vail in the other semifinals, looking like they might go to a second overtime next door. Face-off controlled by the Hawks. We got a broken stick, and that Zach's stick is broken, but there's a slash coming up. That's why he had a broken stick, because he got slashed. So second power play of the game against Arapahoe. Hawks will go on the power play again. Bryden on the faceoff, wins it clean, back to Nolan. Pushes it around the corner, but off of Zach's stick, he'll have to go chase this down. Sends it behind him to Kellen. He's got it in the corner. He'll spin around, see what's going on, flips it behind him. That 1-2, that was Kellen to Bryden, right back to Kellen as he was streaking towards the net, but he didn't get solid connection on that one. Flipped it up towards the goalie, and he was able to make the save. But a great play, good opportunity for the Hawks. Bryden will take it from the far circle. Wins that one clean again. Nolan with it. Gets it to Bryden in the corner. Centering pass, got through, but then pushed away by Arapahoe. That's Zach with it. Back to Bryden. Or no, that's Kellen with it. Now Bryden behind the net. Hits the brakes. They trade places. Bryden still with the puck. Slides it over to Ilya. Sends it across to Nolan. To Kellen, missed on the one-timer on that bouncing puck, but Bryden chases it down. Pushes that one back into the corner. Good check by Kellen into the boards. And saved at the blue line by Bryden. Shot towards the net in the way. Oh, Kellen's shot goes just wide of the net. Shoves his guy into the boards again. Kai took a high stick, but no call. And Arapahoe is able to break it out. We're down to 55 seconds left in the power play. Gets around the defender, but he took it too far. Centering pass came all the way through. But now only an Arapahoe player back here until Collins able to apply a little pressure. Now pushed back to center ice. Arapahoe breaks it into the zone. 40 seconds left in the Hawks power play. Centering pass comes all the way through, but too far for Colin. They're going to wave off icing for some reason. Probably should have been icing, but that's all right. Colin has it behind the net. We're down to 27 seconds left in the power play. Kai with it. Sends it up to Cole at the point. He'll wind up, but sends it back into the corner. Here's Colin with it. Pushes it around the boards. Here's Kai with it. Back to Colin. He's got a little space on this near post. Cole with it. Fires it towards the net. Blocked down. Didn't get through. Here's Arapahoe breaking out. 10 seconds left in the power play. That should pretty much do it. Good check by Larry. Stand his guy up at the blue line. But that'll do it for the power play. Cole assesses the situation. Gets it to Larry, who gets taken out, but not before he passes it on. But intercepted at the blue line. Shot from the circle. Deflected wide. Larry's had his stick perfectly positioned all game so far. He's deflected probably 8 shots so far this game. Kai shoves his guy from behind, and what's the call coming up here? I don't know if that puck went off sides for a moment, but they called something. Vale versus Noco going to the second overtime. Carson on the faceoff. Arapahoe controls it. Gets it into the zone. Rhett hustles back to apply some pressure. Arapahoe skates it behind the net. Hands it off in the far corner. Christian applying some pressure over there. Or no, that was Larry again. Now up to Christian, but just out of his reach. Kept at the blue line and dumped deep again. Larry goes in, takes the puck away. Gets it to Tyler. He'll try and one time it does to Carson. Nice move by Carson, and he'll get it over to Christian. He skates up the far boards. Hawks skating into the zone. Shot on goal. Saved. Rebound cleared out by Arapahoe. Here's Tyler with it. Tries to get around the defender. Can't do it. Arapahoe takes it away. Centering pass finds a Arapahoe player on the far side. Good play by Larry to get in the way of that. Great job by Larry. He's having a solid game today. Dumped into the zone. Larry will chase after this. We're down to 6 minutes left in the second period. Hawks holding on to a 1-0 lead. Sent into the back of the ref. Now out towards the boards. Arapahoe player didn't really even know where it was, but then turned around and had it. And now Tyler will have to get it along the boards. Skates it out to neutral. He still has it. Trying to get around a player. Gets shoved into the boards. Is able to get around her, but sent up the boards again. Arapahoe deflected it towards the slot, but then they're able to get to it first. Up the boards it goes. Nolan corrals it. 5:30 left in the second period. Brings it to this near side for Tyler. Centering pass. Good pass to Bryden. Here's Bryden with it. Or no, I'm sorry, that was Christian on to Bryden. He gets hit hard at the blue line, but pops up. Collision's over on the far side, but Arapahoe comes away with it. Good back check there. They wanted a trip, but he was going for the puck. That's a hard hit. Hawks player down along these near boards. I think it might be Bryden. And I think that should have been a penalty as he was taken out. Maybe a couple penalties should have been called there. I'm not sure who it is. I think it's Bryden. And on the other rink, Vale just scored an overtime goal to win it. So Vale will be going to the championship game. There's Bryden. It was Bryden. He's skating, but he was holding his head. He's having a great tournament. We do not want to lose him, but he might need to miss at least a few shifts. Referees getting everyone set up perfectly. Face off won by Arapahoe. They get it up the boards. Nolan's there to take it away. Under 5 minutes left. The winner plays Vale in the championship game. Here is Trace. He dumps it in. The Hawks will chase after it. Played by the goalie, but good hustle there. That was Colin. One-timer, save, rebound. Kai couldn't get a stick on it. But he's hustling into the corner, takes it away. Trace now trying to take it away, and does. And they're going to call someone for a high stick. I think it's going to be Kai going to the box. I didn't really see that. High sticking by Kai, and Arapahoe will get their first power play of the game. All right, we need a good PK here. With 4:37 left in the second period. Face-off, Christian, won by Arapahoe. At the point, from the high slot to the far circle, centering pass. Good save by Sachin as that one, Arapahoe player is able to get a backhand on that one. Nolan skates in to apply pressure behind the net. Arapahoe still has it in the near circle to the high slot. Winds up a wrister, deflected wide of the net. Rebound stays wide. Rebound attempt again. Sachin had his shoulder in the way of that one. Comes out to the point, the far point. Sends it back around into the far corner. Arapahoe gets it. Skates behind the net. Hands it off at the near point. Sends it to the far circle, off of his stick, into the boards. 1:18 left in the power play. Wrister wide of the net. Ilya applies pressure. Now Christian sent into the crease. Shot saved by Sachin. Christian with the puck on the far side, pokes it up the boards and gets it out. But that is going to go no icing. They're going to say no icing. Might have, maybe should have been, but they let it go. Hawks making a line change. Gets it into the zone. Nolan with it, but he gets taken out. Centering pass. Deflected around. Trace takes it away. He's able to flip that one out to neutral. That is Carson with it. He'll dump it in. 35 seconds left in the power play for Arapahoe. Arapahoe breaks out. Down to 28 seconds left. Hits the brakes. They stay on sides. Get it in the circle. Makes a move into the slot. Still has the puck. Gets it poked off the stick by Carson, though, but not out. Now it's intercepted, and that one does come out. This one will be icing. 10 seconds left in the power play for Arapahoe. 2:47 left in the second period. Still 1-0 Hawks. That is Bryden on the faceoff, so he is okay. Good, very good to see that. And that will do it for the power play. We're back to even strength. From the point, shot saved by Sachin. Rebound taken out to the near boards. Arapahoe still with a good stick there by the Hawks player, but he sends it all the way down for icing. That was Bryden just getting it out of harm's way. Now we can kind of regroup as we're back to even strength, get our lines back together. Face-off won by the Hawks. But centering pass finds an Arapahoe player. Bryden has to come in to take this puck away. Gets pushed into the boards, and now Kellen has to help him out, but loses it. Arapahoe's still with it. Skates it through the slot, gets it back onto his forehand, but poked away by Larry. That one pushed towards the net. Arapahoe's still with it. He got tripped, and there is no call coming up. Pushed back out the center. Sent off the near boards. Gets by Bryden. That'll come all the way down. No icing. Larry goes back for it. Centering pass, one-timer, missed it, but comes out to the top of the circle. Deflected wide of the net. Good deflection attempt there by Arapahoe, but couldn't get it by. Out to point, sent towards the net. Caught out of the air by Sachin. Freezes it. 1:29 left in the second period. Still 1-0 Hawks. Face-off controlled by nobody yet, but gets it out to neutral. Now Kai has it. Tries to get it across to Colin, who is streaking down the far side, but couldn't get enough on that one. I think it was partially deflected. Good play there by Larry to take his player out. Or no, that was Ilya. Maybe it was Larry. I'm not sure. Anyway, cleared all the way out to this near side. Kai on the forecheck. They go D to D. Centering pass. Gets deflected. Stays in our zone briefly. Now taken back out to neutral. Trace sends it back towards our zone, but not in. Defenders hand it off to each other. Skates into the zone. Skating with it. Taken away by Ilya. Very opportunistic. Oh, but deflected off of his stick. Tries to get around Nolan. Can't do it. Nolan sends it into the corner. and then shoved all the way around. Ilya will slide that one out to neutral. Arapahoe will go back for it. Brings it to this near side. Deflected weirdly off the boards, though. Again, Colin will have to chase after this. Skates it into the zone. Gets it onto his forehand. Slides a shot on goal. Save. Rebound cleared to the far boards. Carson in the way of that centering attempt. Still in the way. Had it laying on his back along the boards. Now Arapahoe takes it, flips it all the way down. That will be icing. With 3.8 seconds left in the second period. Well, if we can win this face-off, we might be able to get a quick shot off before the end of the period. We scored a late one last period. See if we can do it again. The Hawks pulled their goalie to get 6 guys on. Face-off, comes back. Ilya with it, flipped it towards the net, but couldn't get anything on it. Yep, and it's cleared out, and that'll do it. I like that aggressive play with 3 seconds left. Yep. We go to the third period. Hawks leading 1-0 in semifinal number 2. The winner plays Vail. And yes, we will have to listen to that guy bark all game if we can hang on to this victory. All right, here we go. Beginning of the third period. Be really nice to get another goal here, get a little cushion. Carson on the face-off. Won by Arapahoe. Hard all the way back to their boards. Tyler on the forecheck. Arapahoe tries to break out, but sent by everyone. And here's a 2-on-1 coming back the other way. Fires a shot. Kick save by Sachin. Rebound taken away. Here's Tyler with it. 3-on-2 coming back the other way. Tyler gets it to Christian. Tried to get it back to Tyler. Couldn't do it. They lost it. Arapahoe swings it around. Ilya from the point. Blocker save by the Arapahoe goalie. 30 seconds in. Already off to an exciting start. 2 opportunities for each team. Sent behind the boards. All the way around. Ilya there with it. Sends it towards the net. Intercepted. Taken off the boards. Comes all the way down. That should be icing. And it is. Slowed down quite a bit. I was wondering if they were maybe going to wave it. But thankfully they didn't. We'll get a face-off down here. We are 49 seconds into this third period. Bryden to take this face-off. Wins the face-off, gets it to Cole. Tried to fire that one towards the net, but it went off the shin of the Arapahoe player. Kellen picks his pocket and takes it back. Slides it up to Bryden, but he loses it in the circle, and Arapahoe is able to break out. 2 Hawks on the back check. Kellen takes his player out. Kellen having a good game today, being physical. Zach loses an edge, but Cole's able to get to it and send it into the zone. Slides it up, but off the skate of the Arapahoe player. But Colin lost an edge there. Now taken away by Zach. He got hooked from behind, but is able to get it deep as he'll go for a change. Arapahoe with it behind the net. They'll regroup as the Hawks get fresh skaters on the ice. Sent to the far side. Kai stepped in perfectly for that. Read that play perfectly. Centering pass intercepted in the crease by the Arapahoe defender. Colin on the forecheck. Kai was helping, but now it comes out to neutral. Sent into the near side, skating into the slot, taken away. Great play by Larry again. Takes the puck away. Slides that one towards the blue line, but can't get it out. Now Trace does. Gets it to Colin. He gets to the blue line, dumps it on net. Played by the goalie to the far corner. Great play by Kai, but couldn't control the puck. Arapahoe with it. And Kai takes it away along the board. Slides it towards the net, but couldn't get it through. Now Trace takes it away. Hits the brakes. Centering pass was behind Kai. Couldn't get it. Sent out to neutral. Here's Nolan with it. He'll send it off the near boards. Colin throws a stick at it. Into the zone it goes, but Arapahoe plays it into the far corner. Under 11:30 left in the third period. Tyler sends a shoulder into the player at the blue line, takes him out, but Arapahoe's still with the puck. Good stick there by Carson, but Arapahoe's still with the puck. Skates it behind the net. Up the boards to the blue line at the point, sent deep again. This is Ilya with it behind the net. Up the corner, poked out to neutral. Here comes Carson chasing after. He's got Tyler on the far side. Winds up a wrister wide of the net. Kept at the blue line by Nolan. Centering pass, intercepted though, and sent off the boards. Out to neutral. Here's Ilya with it. We're under 11 minutes left in the third period. Christian with it. Slides it up the boards, but Arapahoe player was in the way, and they take the puck back. Centering pass comes right to Christian. He's got it on his forehand. Fires a shot, deflected wide of the net. Carson on the forecheck. Sent around the boards, up the near boards, and Arapahoe is going to be able to skate this one out. Centering pass deflects off of Ilya, and now Nolan will go back for it, but he gets pushed into the boards. Still he has it. But taken away by Arapahoe. Has it in the far circle. Nolan harassing him, though. Kept at the blue line by Arapahoe. Skates through a couple players, but Christian's there to poke it aside. Nolan throws a stick at it. Zach digging for it. Can't get it. Push deep. Ilya with it. Pokes it up the boards. Here's Zach. Centering pass comes out to neutral. Zach and Christian go for a change, and Arapahoe comes right back in quickly. Centering pass. Nolan was there to push it out of the way. Bouncing puck finds an Arapahoe player's stick. Nolan with it. Sends it all the way around. This is Kellen, I believe. Slides that one up the boards. That's going to be too hard, though. 9:38 left in the third period. 1-0 Hawks. No. Nope. Face off, one right towards Sachin. He had to help play that with his stick. Poked up the boards, but not out. Now Kellen, no, that was Bryden, flips it out to neutral. Now comes around, centering pass, gets all the way through, but it was deflected. So they wave off icing. Here's Larry to Kellen. Back to Larry. He's got it up the boards. Bryden gets it taken away, though. Arapahoe with it. Skates it in the corner. Good stick there by Larry to take it away. Pushed up, but now it does come out. Arapahoe has to regroup. Kellen on the check. Can't get it, though. Larry sends it towards the blue line, but not out. They send it through the slot. Bounces through harmlessly. Bryden plays it to this near corner. Here's Larry with it. Centering pass comes through. Kai hustling after it. It's a foot race, but good play by the defender, and then the goalie comes way out to play that one to the far boards. Gets it through, and now Larry pushes that one to the far boards. Nolan chips it up the boards, not out. Good job by Kai to block his player. Colin couldn't quite get to that loose puck. Sent off the back of the Arapahoe player. Trace tries to get it out, deflected, but comes right back to him. Centering pass, couldn't get it through. Arapahoe dumps that one in. It's on net, and Sachin's just going to play it or cover it as an Arapahoe player was streaking in. 8:13 left in the third period. 1-0 Hawks. Here's Trace on the face-off. controlled by Arapahoe. Makes a move, shot, saved by Sachin. Great save. Deflected out to neutral. Here's Kai chasing after it. A 1-on-3 gets taken out by multiple players, and they're going to call him for that. Hawks on a delayed penalty, taken back by Arapahoe. Kai was streaking through the zone, had two defenders just take him out. Kai's hustle is what created that opportunity. What are they calling? A hook. Power play for the Hawks at an important time here. 7:58 left in the third period. They lead 1-0. We go on the power play. This is Carson to take the face-off. Taken away by Christian. Fires a shot, save. Tyler and Carson streaking in to get a rebound, but there was none to be had. 1:55 left in the power play. Face off again, players go down. Taken away, Tyler got it poked off of his stick, and Arapahoe is going to be able to skate that out. Gets to center ice and loosely flips that one in. We'll chase after it on the forecheck. Nolan plays it around to the far side. Carson with it. Slides it up to Tyler. Tyler's got some space. It tries to pass it up to Christian. Deflected off a stick. He'll have to circle back. Whiffs on that passing attempt. Good forecheck by Arapahoe. Deflected aside. Good play by number 2. He's doing a good job of killing some time. Tyler with his backhand sends it towards the blue line and gets it into the zone, but now poked back out to neutral. Zach, fresh off the bench. Ilya on this near side is wide open. He fires a shot. Glove save. Blocked down. Christian on the rebound. Knocked up in the air. Puck still loose. Sent back towards the net, but now cleared out. Tried to keep it at the blue line. Couldn't do it. We're under a minute left in this power play for the Hawks. Sent off the boards. Ilya will just chip that one in deep. Hawks go for a line change. 50 seconds left in the power play. 6:45 left in the third period. Centering pass deflected on net by Zach. Arapahoe goalie had to make the save. That was a close call right there. Arapahoe skates it out to neutral. We're down to 35 seconds left in the power play. Gets around the defender. Shot saved by Sachin. Rebound cleared out by the Hawks, but it goes all the way down for icing. We're on the power play, but there'll be a defensive zone face-off after we ice the puck. In 28 seconds, a good opportunity, shorthanded by Arapahoe. Sachin, another great save. 28 seconds left in the power play. 6:25 left in the third period. 1-0 Hawks. This is Bryden on the face-off. Hawks win it. Cole with it. Flips it behind the net. Larry chases after it. Shoves his guy into the boards. Bryden will go back for this. We're down to 17 seconds left in the power play. Up the boards, but not out. And here comes Bryden. Makes a good move. We're down to 10 seconds left in the power play. Bryden skates it into the zone. Trying to get around a guy. Hits the brakes. Kellen takes it. Decides a shot. He got a lot on that, and the Arapahoe goalie had to make a save. We're back to even strength. Kai with it in the circle, but couldn't get a shot off. Arapahoe shoves it to the far boards. 5:48 left in the third period. Arapahoe with the puck. Skates it up through neutral. Flips it into the zone. Bounced over Trace's stick. Gets into the corner. Kai chasing after, or Cole chasing after it. Pokes it aside nicely. Trace up the boards and over the boards. Clock stops with 5:34 left in the third period. 1-0 Hawks. Trace to take this face off. Won it back, but Arapahoe streaked through quickly and got it. Centering pass didn't get through. Good job by Trace. Gets it up to Kai. He gets it around a defender and skates by him, but too many sticks in the way. Couldn't get it. Gets checked from behind. Then shoved into the boards. Gets it back to Ilya. He slides it up to Colin. He'll skate it into the zone. Fires a wrister. Rebound off the chest of the Arapahoe goalie into the corner. Colin still with it. Now Colin tries to slide it to Trace. Couldn't get it through. Up the boards, but not out. Nolan there at the blue line. Now it does come out to neutral. They slide it all the way down, no icing, as Ilya comes back for this. He's got a little time and space. Good decision to bring it back this direction or the far side. Nolan with it, but weird carry him off the boards. Trace couldn't control it. Now Colin intercepts that pass, and he'll kill a little bit of time, pushes it up the boards. Colin absorbs the hit, but not before he deflects it into the zone, and no ice. Here's Arapahoe with it behind the goal. Now they'll streak up this near side. Skates it into the zone, trying to get around Ilya, shoves him into the boards. Centering pass intercepted, but bounced right in front of the net, but blocked down, and Christian with the puck. Tried to flip that one to the far side, as that was Tyler streaking down the far side, but there are plenty of white jerseys in the way. Push to the far side. We're down to just over 4 minutes left in the third period. Ilya skates into the zone, fires another shot, saved by Arapahoe, no rebound attempt. Nolan with it at the point. Pushes that one deep, but no, deflected back to neutral. Ilya with it, throws it in offsides. They could send this one down. They're going to do it at center ice. Stay aggressive, Hawks! 3:53 left in the game. We've got Vail fans coming in to see who they're going to play. 1-0 Hawks. 3:53 left in the game. Bryden to take this face-off from center ice. Wins it to the far side. Zach will get to it and throws it into the zone. They'll chase after it. Kellen on the forecheck. Pushed up the boards, but not out. Bryden, now it is. Bryden was there, but now Larry with it. Pushes it back up these near boards. Kellen fighting for it. Arapahoe sends it back in. Larry with it. Finds Kellen. Good pass. He skates it into the zone. Tries to get around defender, got it poked off of his stick. Arapahoe skates it back out to neutral, but held up at the blue line briefly. Good centering pass. Here comes Arapahoe streaking in. Tries to get around Rhett. Pushes him around the net. Still with it. Hands it off. Arapahoe still with it. Larry tackles his guy in the corner. There's a scrum, but the puck comes loose. Arapahoe with it. Tries to wrap around. Slid it right through the slot, but no one was there. Kellen hustling after it. He'll circle back around as he knew he wasn't going to get to it, and he goes for a change. Arapahoe with the puck. We're down to 2:53 left in the game. Arapahoe with it on the near boards. Throws it into the zone. Arapahoe going for a wholesale change. Sent up the boards. Gets it to Colin. Flips it through the air, through neutral to the far side. Arapahoe circles back for it. Colin on the forecheck. Holds it up. Keeps it in the zone. Trace coming in to help. Throws it to the far side. Here is Arapahoe with it on the far side. That shot deflected. Good stick there. I'm not sure who that was. Maybe Rhett. Got his stick in the way. I think here's Trace with it. Gets it up the boards. Here's Kai. Goes off of his skate, but able to poke at it. And now comes back. Trace got a stick on it, but now they come back into the zone, but now they're offsides. They got to circle back. Good pass to this near side as they regroup. Puck just floating around in the neutral zone. Now push deep. Larry will go after it. We are down under 2 minutes left in the game. Up the boards, but not out. Has it in the circle. Trace applying pressure. Nolan gets a body in the way. Throws a stick at it. Now Rhett chasing after it. Takes the puck away in the far corner, holding it up. Trace comes in to help. Centering pass finds an Arapahoe player. Shot saved by Sachin. And then that was Trace. Just slid the puck towards Sachin. He saw it and was able to jump on it and freeze it. Another solid save. Keeps it 1-0. We're down to 1:35 left in the game. And we're going to get a timeout. I think Arapahoe called it. I'm not sure. I didn't see a signal. I didn't see any of the coaches. But a timeout. 1:35 left in the game. Ilya with the lone goal. Referees blew the whistle, but no one wants to break up just yet. As Coach Zach draws up a play for the Hawks. We've got Nolan. We've got Carson. We've got Tyler, Christian, and Ilya on the ice. Big defensive zone draw coming up here. 1:35 left in the game, in the third period. The winner plays Vail this afternoon. And Arapahoe has pulled their goalie. Empty net down on the far side. Arapahoe controls it. Skates through the circle. Poked off his stick. They still control it. From the top of the far circle, sent towards the goal. Saved by Sachin. Rebound cleared out. Try to wrap around. Poked away by Nolan. We're down to 1:27. Arapahoe with it behind the net. This is Ilya chasing after it. Then it comes out to neutral. And Arapahoe's going to get there first. And there is some call coming up. The net came off the moorings. And so the clock stops as they reset the goal. And the referee having trouble finding where it needs to go. And it will be a neutral zone face-off. 1:13 left in the third period. We've got an empty net on the far side. 1-0 Hawks hanging on here. Bryden to take this face-off. He's been good in the circle this tournament. We need a big face-off win. Arapahoe wins it. Goes D to D. Gets it into the zone. Spins around. Centering pass through the slot. Deflected. Arapahoe still controls it. Sends it back to the slot. Near circle. Shot off the side of the net. Shoves his guy down. No call. They're going to let him play with a minute left. We're under a minute. Shot saved. May not have gotten through. Up the boards. Kept in. Arapahoe still with it. Gets checked from behind. Kellen goes down. But now Bryden fighting for it. And Ilya. And now gets his stick lifted. That's Zach on the far side. Bryden applying pressure. Goes behind the net. 37 seconds left. Zach up the boards. Can't get it out. Gets taken out. And that's flipped out to neutral. Will come all the way down. Arapahoe chasing after it. 28 seconds left in the game. Up the near boards. Intercepted by Ilya. He pushes it into the zone. But Arapahoe steals it back. Ilya again sends it towards the net. No icing as he was at the red line. 15 seconds left in the game. Arapahoe sends it hard all the way through. Bouncing puck comes all the way down, and that's going to be icing with 7.5 seconds left. They're going to have to put the goalie back in the net. Hawks lead 1-0. They are not putting their goalie in the net, even though it's a defensive zone faceoff. Trace will take this draw. Trace wins it, sends it towards the net, but couldn't get it through. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The Hawks are going to come away with the victory and go to the championship game. Hawks with a 1-0 win. What a game for the Hawks. Our one win against Arapahoe this season comes when it matters the most. A 1-0 Hawks win on the goal from Ilya. And we survived to play another game. Championship game this afternoon. Vail against the Hawks again. President's Day weekend was a championship game between these two teams, and it went to overtime. 2:30 this afternoon. We'll see you right back here. $2.30, I think.